on Continuum today, we're in Sircha, Thailand. This is our home base of operations for across Asia. We're happy to have you go along with us today. We're going through this parade. We've got a great float prepared, and just as we share the love of Jesus with the people in our town. But as we go, we want to take you back into some of the places that we've been and the things that we've seen God do in the past year, giving thanks to Him. But also we're going to look ahead this episode to some of the things that we've got coming up in the future. We're excited about places that we're going to go yet, lives that we're going to see changed yet. So I'm so thankful that you're with us today on this great episode of Continuum. Well, we've been just wooing hearts out here today as we've driven through Sircha, the streets of Sircha in this parade. A lot of fun, a lot of interesting things, a real cross-cultural experience this is. But our parade float is a little special because we have a band, which is something different, and we also hand out candy, which has never been seen before. And so it's a great hit and the people just love it. But as we're coming through these streets, you know, it just really reminds me of the lost state of people. You know, even though we can dress up and look good on the outside, people in Asia need Jesus. And so today we're going through some of the great exploits that we've been involved in the last year across Asia with Continuum Television, some of the things that we brought to you, and we're going to have just a little review of some of those things, recap them. But we're going to start out today with something that was very devastating that happened about a year ago, and that's when Cyclone Nargis hit Burma. And some of our guys went right back in there and began to minister to some 2 million people that were left homeless without food and water.
On midnight, May 2nd, 2008, a Category 4 cyclone attacked the low-lying river delta in southern Burma. Winds ripped across the flat rice fields at 120 miles an hour, and a 20-foot wall of seawater tore homes, families, and lives apart. Burma's military government responded. They locked the area down, condemning the survivors to death by starvation and disease. Bullied and pacified by the military junta, the world looked the other way. 6 months after the storm, the crisis in Burma seems like ancient history. Yet today, many are still fighting for their lives. They drink from polluted waters and eat things unfit for human consumption. The powers of darkness laugh, as people are now willing to kill for food. The selfish interests of a few in Burma have spawned a kind of hell on earth, and they continue to turn a blind eye to the millions of suffering. But Jesus has a plan for Burma, a plan to bring abundant life. The enemy cannot win in Burma. Amidst this tragedy, Jesus will establish His kingdom with power, a power greater than the power now strangling this country.
What I had a plan is I'm going to pick up one village, and then I'm going to rebuild that village to be the strong village. Build a house, the bamboo house. It costs 250 around about, but you know, we can show the love of Jesus Christ to the villagers.
So we're doing that. We bought a piece of land in the middle of this village, and it's going to become the center. There's a building going up there right now. It'll become a children's home. It'll become a church and a center for our ministry operations there. And John basically is going from house to house in that village, first of all, sharing the gospel, taking antibiotics, taking other medical help and food wherever it's needed. And he's gathered all those villagers together, and we see all these men working together, you know, clearing this land, building this building. I mean, it's awesome.
the center would become the base of operations. From here, John designed and planned how he would build new homes for the families who'd lost everything in the storm.
Today, this morning, we have carried the stuff to rebuild the house, the bamboo, and then the shelter, and then the things, so many things. We had 29 villages to carry the stuff. Tomorrow we are going to build the villages house, the small house, for our projects.
We've been able to do a tremendous job in there. We've built
just a short time.
Yeah, in a very short time. We've built, what, 32 houses in there for people that had no homes. Their homes were wiped out, helped a lot of other people medically, and fed a lot of people. Now we're setting up a project, a sewing factory for the women in this particular village that we've rebuilding the whole village, putting a road in now and putting electricity in now, and starting some pig farms and all these kind of things. And you think of the individual lives of people that are so touched and so blessed in these projects.
Just so proud, if I could say, of our givers. What your giving has done has affected this family.
Yeah, that's right.
So much has happened just in that little of amount of giving.
I really sensed when we came into the new year last year that Burma was going to be one of the main focuses of our ministry. Of course, never expecting there to be a cyclone and such devastation, but this nation is really on our heart because it's a nation where the actual national Burma people have never been reached for Christ to any extent. And so we've been making a lot of trips in there. Another country that's really on our hearts is the country of Nepal. You know, it's a secluded way up along the Himalaya mountains there. Nepal was such a multitude of lost people, and God's doing some awesome things in Nepal, and it's a time that we really need to be in there really training and raising up leaders and helping people plant churches in Nepal. And so we made a trip into Nepal as well, but we were very excited about taking not only the gospel message, but also blankets and food and Bibles and all the kind of material things into a very, very poor area. And how heartwarming and how, you know, it just really breaks your heart, this kind of stuff, to see what we can do that makes such an amazing difference in the life of someone hidden away in a country like Nepal.
Chris, how is the hiking?
It's tough, but I can do it.
Kim, how is the hiking?
Well, last year we hiked this part. We weren't carrying packs, so it was hard last time. This time it's harder for sure, but we'll make it.